Welcome back. The Vermont Child Health Improvement Program's executive director was recruited by the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine to help address a nationwide dearth of pediatric subspecialists. She joins us now. Rachel Garfield, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Happy to be here.
So first, tell me, what is a pediatric subspecialist?
A pediatric subspecialist is someone who trains in pediatrics through a 3-year postgraduate training program and then goes on to do additional training in a subspecialty such as pediatric gastroenterology, nephrology, or something like that. These typically involve an additional 3-year fellowship in order to meet all of the credentials.
And what are the implications of having a shortage of them? What does that then mean for care for children in our communities?
Well, one of the things that the committee was tasked with was trying to figure out exactly that question. What does it mean? Do we have enough pediatric subspecialists in the country? And if we don't, what does that mean for children's access to care? And in fact, the main thing is that it causes serious delays in accessing needed health services for children. Most children are healthy and are able to just see their regular pediatrician for regular well visits. But there are many children who rely on subspecialty care for ongoing health needs or for acute episodes, and any delay in getting that care can have long-term health implications.
So tell me about the big picture here then. Are most subspecialties needed at this point, especially in places like Vermont here?
Nationwide, there are many areas that do have supply problems with subspecialists. In Vermont, we are very lucky. We have an excellent pediatric healthcare system. That said, there can be long wait times for certain types of care, and that's because there just aren't enough people going into this field. And then also the places where those people are choosing to practice may not be evenly distributed either across the country or across the state, even in Vermont. Here in Vermont, most subspecialists practice here in Chittenden County, which can cause access problems for some people who are in more rural areas of the state.
So talk about the work that you specifically do. What is it and how does it help with this issue?
Well, what the committee did, it was a consensus committee of 17 experts from around the country. We came together and were charged with understanding what are the implications of access for where the pediatric subspecialty workforce is right now, and what are potential solutions to filling in this workforce problem. And so the committee boiled down its area of study into 4 main goals and then came up with a series of recommendations to achieve those goals.
Talk about some of the recommendations then. How do we fix the problem?
There are really 4 areas of recommendations that the committee focused on. One is improving collaboration and efficiency of care. And so those are things like improving how referrals work, relying more on technology to get people able to access care, things like telemedicine. The second area, or the second goal, was really about financial incentives in this area. So things like low payment rates, how those may be affecting people deciding to go into this field, or payment for certain types of care. The third area was really looking at the education and training system and making some recommendations related to what exactly do those training programs look? Can there be improvements made in how people are trained for this field? And then the last area was looking at what we call the physician scientist pathway. And so these are physicians who choose to spend some share of their time doing basic research or clinical research, which is really also very important to advancements in children's health, and so improvements in training people in that area as well.
Briefly, what's then next?
Well, the committee has put out its report and the recommendations, and really now it's up to the actors named in the recommendations to take this and take the next step on things. With every recommendation that the committee put out, there is a very specific actor named of who is the entity who is best suited to take this up and move this forward. And so our hope is that those who are working in this field, those who are interested in this field, can really take these recommendations in hand as kind of a playbook for the next step.
Rachel Garfield, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.